jungle here, he's going to have very strong matchups into the duo lane in particular. Cupid is going to struggle with that cage. It should result in a kill.
Thank you, Dolson and Mifflin on the desk. Indeed, the finals. Radiance and Ghost Gaming about to do battle for #1 overall seed at Worlds. Finch and Goremizer here. Doug is the one on the camera here for us. And Gore Ra has taken over the middle lane. A lot of people think might be the strongest mid laner right now. Is Odin.
So it puts the pressure on Sam, I think, more than on Adapting to make the play.
But it's Adapting. He's getting aggressive. Sam leaps over the wall, though, back towards safety under his own tier 2 tower. But this blue buff invade not over yet. Tings rotates in a little bit ahead of Captain Twig, but FineOK's looking for battle in the back. But it's Sam who ends up low. There's your playoffs. First blood going to Benji as the Radiants are already on the board.
And that's a scary thought. Benji has been such a driving factor for this team, and most of the time you don't get it until the late game. Now that he's already got a kill on board, they can continue this aggression.
Oh, just barely off the mark there with that Cobra's Kiss snipe, but I love this aggression from Radiance. Twig not going to be able to find a punish. Love held onto his ultimate. That's becoming a bit of a trend this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, just locking him down. Sigue gonna lock him down. FineOK stuck under the tower.
And Adapting, able to find that kill. Constant pressure here from Radiance.
It's very important for Odin, and you're going to have the Doom Orb coming through for Twig, but they're going to be lacking that anti-hit.
But here's that gank we wanted earlier, and this time Cyclone Spin, no ultimate, and only the beads, has no way to get out of there. That is the pressure. We're going to see if maybe they can invade this red. They get there a little bit too late for that, though. So it looks like everyone's heading back to their corners, except for Mike, who's still kind of pushing up. Aurora and Adapting are right there looking for him. So there is Aurora pinning him against the wall. Cobra's Kiss to keep the CC chain going. But now Mike has some backup coming in as Sam for Soccer has shown up. Still being patient with that ultimate cooldown. They stunned Aurora. The Kraken there too. They don't need the cage if the Poseidon does the damage. But now Mike needs to be careful. Adapting is on him. The Fields of Love come out as well. But Mike still standing by dropping the Scarab's Blessing on himself. Eventually, Ghosts use 4 of their ultimates, everyone that was here, and it nets them the kill onto Aurora.
And, you know, we always came online, the first thing I thought was, what shields are there? Outside of, like, Kepri's shield, which is not massive. It's not really something you need to sunder. You do lose a little bit of power for Sam, and you have to remember that shield on Odin scales off your power, and so it's not going to be as potent right here.
Big Kraken lands on the Benji, though, and Benji can't escape. The Fields of Love was there to help, but it was not enough. Kraken spells his in. There's the cage, and Aurora is locked inside, but he escapes barely. But Panda Cat has pulled out the scope. Big blink gets Aurora out of trouble. So far, only one casualty, the solo laner for Radiance. They have all scattered to the hills. Ghost regrouping around the objective, and they're burning it quick. Primal Fury down to half. Tings is nearby, but no ultimate. Adapting close as well. Radiance looking to try and strip this away at the last moment, but Ghost managed to secure it, and now they're looking for a fight on the back end. Again, Adapting wants to clean up Mike, but can't get through Panda Cat's damage. That's 2 kills plus the Fury.
This team is dealing with Adapting single target pick a little bit better, but Twig, I mean, look, we know you used to be a juggler, but holding W is not the case. You got the Fury, man. Get on out of there. That's just an unfortunate turnaround. I think you saw the kills. I mean, look how low Cyclone Spin is.
2,000 gold or so at this point, but Radiance are posturing around the Fire Giant core. This is a big call for them, and they're right. Ghosts still have not completely regrouped after resetting, so the FG is now down to half. There aren't a lot of relics left up for Ghost, so Radiance drop down the Fields of Love, but Sam responds with his cage. He makes it out of there alive, and the Fire Giant still leashed, but Adapting hunts down Sam, gets the kill. Kraken lands onto Benji, but Radiance secure the Fire Giant in the back, but they're all so low. Can they escape with their lives as Panda Cat gets Benji? The snipes come out, and Adapting low, but he able to avoid the last 2 shots. The Radiance, with a risky call, get away with the FG.
And this out-of-combat healing, I was going to say they're all so low, it feels like Ghost should be able to get aggressive. Just a tier 2 at this point. I mean, PPM should be able to tank it up a little bit and had a beautiful save in that fight, but it's just not enough to feel good.
Yeah, and FineOK over there battling with Adapting in the jungle as well, trying to keep him from finding any kind of flank pattern. This next minion wave, though, is here, so Radiance might be looking to step forward, but it's Sam who mibs in first. There's the blink. Kraken lands onto 2, and it's Aurora who is the first casualty. FineOK is in the middle of the fight, but there's too much damage. Tings manages to live through all the sight, but he is in critical condition. though, with the Cupid heals and moving up in right. Looking to see if maybe they can catch someone on Radiance out of position. Aurora blinks in first, and Twig has to use the beads. That is a huge get for Aurora, but maybe Ghost can punish Benji for it. He's been locked in, so Benji is atop the horse. Aurora disrupting in the back with the Watery Grave as well. So the front line for Radiance have made it to safety, and Twig has lost his beads. Meanwhile, Fino K locked in battle with Adapting. That is the last threat down. Sam locks Adapting in with the cage. Panda Cat melts Aurora, and Ghost Gaming suddenly with a 2-kill lead in this battle. Radiance might just have to give it up.
I mean, I don't know if I want to call that luck or just perfect timing from Sam. The only person on Radiance that's supposed to reliably get out of that cage is Adapting, but he had just everything in his kit. And of course he's the one that gets locked down. No one there to save him. Radiance are looking for the steal.
So Ghost able to grab the Fire Giant. Benji stuck inside the whirlpool is food for Sam for soccer. That means Tings and Cyclone Spin without a front line have to run. And Gord, you're so right. What a weird fight there from Radiance, right? It pushed them. Ghost have the Fire Giant. It's lost about a quarter of its health, but Ghosts have reset it for now. They're looking for the fight instead. Mike has been pushed in, so Sam responds with a great cage, cracking onto Benji again, but Benji shrugs it off this time, takes ult into the back line, looking for Twig. Ross Knight comes through, doesn't do that much damage, but the abduct from Mike is better. Twig uses that for an easy kill. Aurora falls as well. The snipes coming out from Panda Cat, not particularly needed this time, and once again Radiance are left without their front line, but a big field of love means Twig is suddenly low. Rather, Mike is, but he uses the res to save himself. Fino K moving in and helping to gobble up Tings. Panda Cat gets Cyclone Spin, and just like that, it's a DSI core. Just like that, Ghost have won game 1.
I mean, I don't know if you blinked there. I did at 1 second, just blinked for the last 2 kills, and when I opened my eyes, they were gone. I mean, instant delete from Ghost Gaming on that one. And it's just a small misstep. I think Benji Aurora, again, maybe a little too
we had kind of
aggressive
put on that game. Eventually, that timer caught up, and Ghost Gaming were able to win that one. A team that's able.
And Mifflin still Finch, Gore, and Doug here as he move into game number 2. And what a game it is shaping up to be. No Warriors, no Guardians for Ghost Gaming. It's the double Assassin, double Mage composition. And in particularly in the support role, it's this Nox. We saw this comp from them before Gore. We rejoined this duo lane where I thought we might see a little bit more action. It's mid actually where things are happening. Good ult there from Tings, but not enough. Captain Twig gets first blood for Ghost Gaming as the Thor Hell combo has too much pressure.
You know, and I brought it up for myself, honestly, just for a
Hell
moment.
has the cleanse. That's easy for him to make it out. Meanwhile, Sam strips away the red buff. Adapting recognized it, cut off his escape wall, forced Adapting to use the beads. There's the root as well, so Sam uses his own beads, but it's too much damage from Adapting. He gets the kill, but dies for it in trade. So it's 1-for-1, jungle for jungle, though Ghost steal away the red buff.
I mean, just being able to get in there, I think using this lead effectively.
Sam again takes an ultimate, and this time he lands onto Aurora. Good self-peel coming from Aurora, but now he's stuck between 3. There's the Nox, lockdown, Aurora falls, but Sam gets hit by the grasp of death. We said Tings needed to show up, and that was it. Now Cyclone Spin drops the Fields of Lug. Twig is the next member. That's in some trouble. Adapting can't do the damage to Tings. Takes matters into his own hands. A double kill from this Persephone, but Ghost Gaming unable to find a return.
A lot of these good ults so far means that Sam has a little bit more of a window to open and jump in.
The ADCs trade ultimates, and Panda Cat has Adapting waiting for him when he lands, but Adapting blows Panda Cat up. The ultimate stem into the leap is too much damage, but Fino K is here for revenge, hunting down the cat. Sam for Soccer dies in trade though, so far a 2-for-1 in favor of Radiance, and what more can they do now that Benji has arrived? Fino K is low, getting some peel though from Captain Twig's mid-hell. Benji doesn't have the damage, and Fino K lives, but this is the kind of fight Radiance need. A 2-for-1 helps them turn the momentum.
Yeah, and even if Adapting dies there, I think it's worthwhile just because you not only get that 2-for-1
up to this point, but Radiance the team that is still lurking near the Fury. In fact, they've got Cyclone Spin starting it up. A lot of resetting here, no one hard committing, but it looks like Radiance have decided now is the time. Fury down to half, they drop it again. Aurora blinks in, but immediately the silence is waiting, and the ultimate from Tinks clips the wall. doesn't get a ton of value there. FineOK now taking the opportunity to move in, but he's been rooted, adapting, dunks in with a bunch of damage from his one, and it's FineOK in trouble, narrowly avoiding the Fields of Love, but Aurora there to clean up the kill, but maybe now he's a bit too far forward. PandaCat looking for the snipes from range, doesn't get any kills, and Radiance score are still holding on. Now they can sustain around this Guan Yu and look to re-engage.
That's the downside. You have the hell to keep you in the fight, but Guan Yu's on the other side, keeping all 5 strong for Radiance. You have to get aggressive here. You can't really back down, I think, of your Ghost, because this Gold Fury is important. Still have that silence. They have the lockdown, but Benji might be able to see that as a go. They're waiting for adapting. Once those cooldowns are back up, he's going to be able to find a pretty easy pick here.
Man, we're seeing why Odibo is so annoying, though, huh? Both hunters shooting all these extra procs off through the fight, and despite the fact that Ghost have reduced numbers, they still seem pretty confidently to be sticking around. Radiance now have all 5 members. They're all back over half, looking relatively healthy, so they're going to move into the Gold Fury again. Now FineOK is back out and ready to fight again, but this Fury lower and lower. There's the silence! But Radiance secure the objective. 2-man wall stun for Sam, but Tings has another ultimate, and this one much better for the disengage. Radiance should be out at this. Working off to the side. The minion wave has made its way in, but Cyclone Spin can't follow it. So there's Aurora blinking in for the 2-man stun. Benji responds with his own ultimate, adapting right behind it to try and limit Twig. But Twig has Aegis, Twig survives, and Tings is alone in the backline. Radiance left their backline just alone, and that means adapting and Tings both get melted. Now the collapse can come onto Cyclone Spin as well. It doesn't quite connect there as FineOK retreats, but this dive from Radiance score, it's so suspect. Ghost feasted on adapting and Tings.
I mean, just a perfect split for Ghost in that case, right? You get 2 members of the backline, nice, easy targets that are easily locked down for you, and you're able to get back there. And Sam, I love his pathing. He's just trying to run away and save his life, but he pulls Big Man Tings in that passive away from the fight even further. So there's nothing that perception
are up front and contesting, and that's forcing Ghost to reset the objective. They do move forward. Polar Bear Mike pulls it again. Sam goes up with the ultimate. He's looking for a target to dunk down on, and he goes right over to the left to look for adapting. So far, he wins the trade, but Sam gets locked down. Fields of Love is there, and Tings with another grasp of death into the backline. Doesn't find much, but Radiance still winning the fight anyway.
I mean, being able to have now the numbers advantage on your side, tank advantage on your side, and knowing, one, Anvil of Dawn's off the table, but that a lot of the ults were used. I mean, Mike used his, now they're going to be able to get aggressive.
Blink, 2-man stun from Aurora again. So far, the RDO looking good for him as they lock down Mike. Cyclone Spin gets the kill, and suddenly Radiance with some signs of life here. The snipes from PandaCat do connect, but they aren't enough damage, and FineOK is in trouble. Aurora gets another, and that's now 3-0 in favor of Radiance. What a bounce back around the Primal Fury fight into a team with full FG.
See what they can do with it.
Man, how often, Gore, do you get Fire Giant on 5 members and then you're down 3k gold afterwards? This grasp of death connects, though, and Mike is the target. There's the CC from Aurora, and Tings making me look silly with another kill, so Mike goes down. But Ghost are going to trade this tier 2 tower. They burn the one in left. Meanwhile, Radiance doesn't get the 2-1 combo this time, so retreats a bit further back. Remember, Radiance have a 4k gold lead. That's not nothing, but it isn't backbreaking either as Aurora moves in first. Blink into the backline, but now he's in trouble. But Grasp of Death, so much better this time, coming out from Tings. That hits everyone, and Benji there to follow up. Doesn't get a stun off the ultimate, but meanwhile, Mike gets the lockdown onto Aurora. They don't have the damage for the kill just yet, but they do have plenty of healing. Adapting links in, does find the big damage off the jump, but now FineOK is right on top of him. The slows are stacking, and Adapting falls. Sam dunks in as well, and that locks down Aurora for Twig to get the damage and go suddenly on top. 2-0 in this fight. Benji running for his life, but Mike has the root, has the lockdown, and Sam gets the kill. 3-0 in favor of Ghost.
Oh, a good wall, but a better jump from Big Man Tings keeps him alive. But that tier 2, no, they ignore it, Finch. They're just going to keep going. They want these kills more than anything.
Well, this is what their comp is best at, hard diving, and Tings is the one suffering for it now. FineOK in range, and FineOK with his 4th kill of the game. That leaves just Cyclone Spin left to defend, and for 20 seconds, I don't think he'll be enough. Ghosts are burning down the middle. Phoenix Ghosts are right on the precipice of finding a 2-0 lead here in your playoff finals. Mike dashes in. Cyclone Spin uses beads in order to retreat. A backup is only 5 seconds away here at this point, but Ghosts are burning the Titan. It's down to half. Mike moves forward, locks down Cyclone Spin, and that is it. Ghost win game 2, and they're one game away from being your playoff champs.
Look, I'm going to be honest,
strong.
there were maybe 3.
Seems like Radiance have been pivoting just enough, trying to get something.
Thanks again, Dolson and Mifflin. Still Gore here with me and Doug, providing us the view as we move into game number 3.
All set so far. And once he has that, and once he starts making these rotations and the big ones into like mid or maybe even over onto the right-hand side, that will be game changer.
Benji successfully invades the blue buff, uses ultimate to escape because 4 members of Ghost are here. Fear no evil. Plus the Night Terror, and that will net first blood for Ghost Gaming. They've even got a chance for Benji as well. It's fine, okay. Hunts him down. The set gets a double kill to start off the game. Big Waxing Moon locks down Mike, so Big Man Tings does get the return kill, but Ghost are still here in numbers. The Strife not able to connect with the Waxing Moon there, but fine, okay. Still on the hunt, adapting, loses out to Samper Sucker. Big Man Tings falls as well, and Ghost Gaming get a 4 for 1.
All right, I'm going to retroactively cover everything I can.
It's working for them here, isn't it? As there's the blink ult from Sam for Soccer. Tings makes it out of there alive, but Fine OK is still hunting. Makes it over the wall out safely, and Mike ends up with the kill credit. Fine OK tried to back, but Adapting's on the way. Look at the skewer damage as Adapting takes half his health from that one ability. The apple lands onto Aurora to keep him safe, but Sam is in some trouble in the jungle. He leaps over the wall. Fields of Love is here too, but somehow Ghost Gaming are still getting out of here scot-free. Mike is in some trouble in the middle lane, but he dashes out, and Radiance somehow can't find a punish.
Form of CC outside of that Fear No Evil that can come through. You just lock him down.
Mike being locked down right now, and no way he can escape. A nice commitment there underneath the Fields of Love, and nothing that the Nock support can do, but look at that. Radiance have 2 kills, Gore, and they're both on Mike, and Mike is still
protection shred on someone that otherwise has none is always going to be solid, but instead he's looking for some early protections. He's trying to be the tank his team needs.
Adapting goes in and gets insta-pop. Fear No Evil lands onto Aurora and Tings. That's the second kill of this engagement going to Ghost. Who needs PBM when you got Sam and Twig popping off, and poor Adapting didn't get to do anything in that fight. That means now Full Fury goes to Ghost. The whole team here to confirm. And Radiance, they're letting this early game get away from them.
Into the game and into the fights than he has been in the last 2, and it feels like he's making a much bigger impact in the backline.
There's the Fear No Evil. Adapting makes it up to the sky, though, with that Bat of the Hell. Mike, underneath the Tier 1 tower, has been locked down, but he is able to retreat. Field of Love land, and even Cyclone Spin joins the fray, and Sam for Soccer would be a great bounty if they could lock him down. Twig low as well, but somehow Ghost Gaming weave their way out. Now Fine OK is here for cleanup duty. He's got the muffs, and he's got a double kill. The snipes land from long range from Panda Cat, and Fine OK, unrelenting, a triple kill from the set solo lane as he takes it to Radiance. They just cannot keep up.
And you can't. It's incredibly difficult to do. I mean, Sam is going to be able to blink in Fear No Evil, and same thing for Vino.
Yeah, exactly like that. And then Panda Cat has the snipes. That's it for Big Man Tings here in this fight. Aurora is low, and soon to join him as Captain Twig claims the scalp. Sam for Soccer moves in next. Overhand smash, and Benji has no hope of surviving. That's the 3rd kill of this engagement going to Ghost Gaming. Adapting and Cyclone Spin have to run for the hills. And 19 minutes in with a 13-2 kill lead, Ghosts look ready to start up the FG.
There's not a whole lot to do about it. I'm looking over at the diamonds, no ults available. I'm looking at their cooldowns, relics. I mean, maybe Cyclone Spin could try to make a throwaway play, but it doesn't even look like he's going to get close. In fact, Fine OK is over there lurking in the jungle, watching the Oni Fury. He's going to go for a steal over here.
Yeah, he's not even going to let them have the consolation prize, not even a silver medal, as Fine OK rotates over, denies the Fury, and Fire Giant lands on 5 members of Ghost Gaming either, and no one exceptionally tanky to tank up the tower, but they move in all the same. Frenzy popped by Mike in the backline. Benji caught by the Fear No Evil, and Aurora isolated as well. He pops quickly to the damage. Fine OK makes his way into the backline. Skewer melt adapting, who had the ultimate forced out earlier. Benji, the next one in some trouble. He gets back towards the fountain. Radiant still have 3 alive, but Ghost Gaming have taken the left side Phoenix away from Radiance. They seem to do whatever they
structure to make sure you had that extra damage instead of jumping out of there. Aurora was popped before any damage had actually been done to the bird.
So dominant here so far for Ghost. Now they have a chance to lock down Vinci as well. The silence is there. Cyclone spins Fields of Love. Does provide some peel as Aurora steps forward, but Fine OK again makes his way into the backline. His damage is strong, but not quite enough for the kill. Meanwhile, Tings almost dies to Sam back in mid. Aurora is left to the Wolves, and the Wolves will feast as he falls yet again, and Ghost Gaming are still hunting. Fine OK with the loop. Sam for Soccer pushing Cyclone Spin out. They'll take every kill they can grab here as Panda Cat pushes down mid alone. He's burning through the Phoenix with some help from Mike.
I mean, there's a little bit they can do. Benji and adapting there to try and defend, and they're going to be able to stall that one out. But it looks like a really good stagger kill on the Tings here. They're going to wait to find this. The healing's going to only be so much to help you out. Fine OK should get this, and now you're a minute out without your mid laner here if you're Radiance. That's devastating. And Cyclone Spin hasn't even been able to back to try and help.
Yeah, Sam for Soccer has lockdown on him. The leap lands as well, and Cyclone Spin low. Now the Fine OK. Sam for Soccer. Pincer is in effect, and Sam gets the overhead smash. Fine OK, even have a little bit of fun with it.
An Oni Fury, a Pyromancer, plus 5 kills. They get, I want to say, just the smorgasbord of what you would want on Smite. I mean, that is the most appetizing list that you could ever have if you're a team looking to win. And now they might even get an Aurora kill to boot, isolating him off here. He's level 15. There's not much you can do. I feel like this next Fire Giant, unless Radiance make a crazy hero play, well, it might just be the last win. Not out here in the lane, but in base. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's how it's going to go.
Aurora blinks in for a two-man stun. Twig's ultimate goes by the wayside, but so does Big Man Tings as it doesn't find much, and Aurora slowly being whittled down by Fine OK. Big Man Tings low as well, and there's the leap in. Panda Cat gets the first kill, but adapting punishes Twig in return. Fear No Evil lands on adapting, and Sam for Soccer finds another. That makes it 2 for 1 so far, and Benji being slowed. They find the Sacred Monkey Toss. The overhand smash connects, but Sam still doesn't have the damage. Meanwhile, left side Phoenix fall. Fine OK chases out Cyclone Spin. Benji falls too, and Ghost Gaming know that they are in control, having some fun as they take care of the Titan. That means Ghost Gaming are your playoff champs and your SWC #1 seed.
3-0 here. I mean, Radiance has been